time for collaboration and connection today. So we're going to let some more folks in and then jump right on into our session.
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Hello, Kimberly. How are you?
Finding you. How are you, Renix?
I'm
And
doing
everyone
well.
else that has joined.
Doing well. All right. Miss Kim, I'm going to pass the mic virtually over to you to begin whenever you'd like to begin. I'm going to help with your PowerPoint and doing some typing and some chat facilitation.
Okay. Give me just a minute, please.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Can everyone hear me?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, let me do this. Okay. I would like to first welcome everyone to our Lunch and Learn series on today. We thank you all for taking the time to participate with us over the last couple of weeks during our Lunch and Learn series during level sharing. I am, of course, Kimberly Williams at the elementary level that will be facilitating today's session. What we're asking from all of the participants today is feedback from the participants on the scheduling sessions for the remainder of the school year. And I see Renix has his PowerPoint up. So I guess what we'll do is I've just introduced myself, and if you all can introduce yourself in the chat by indicating your name, the county, whether you're live or hybrid, virtual, if it's your first time, or if you're a regular attender.
And as the information is coming into the chat, please use your first and last name as well, so that we know who is present. And I'm just going to echo Kimberly that at the end of our presentation, we are going to ask for some feedback regarding the scheduling of the Lunch and Learn series for the next few months. And we are excited to see some new faces coming through the chat, Kimberly. So we hope to make this an impactful session for you. I know that in the chat we have some other members of our committee here. So we have our board liaison. She might be in and out. Her name is Genie Maddox, and she is a middle school counselor. We also have Dr. Becky Schumacher, the executive director of the Florida School Counselor Association, here in the session. And along with Kimberly, I'm Renix Franklin, and I serve on the professional development committee for the Florida School Counselor Association. And we're super excited to engage with you this afternoon. And in that chat, Kimberly, we are gonna do like a little wonderful cheer for, and I hope I say your name correct, Jacqueline Vasquez from Miami-Dade, first time attender, welcome. And we also have Miss Melissa, first time attender coming in. Thank you so very much. We have we have Bay County, Broward County, always coming through. What county you representing, Miss Kimberly? You're muted. Kimberly, you're muted.
I am so sorry. I'm representing Duval, everyone, Duval County.
All right, Duval. And I'm here over in Hillsborough, Tampa, Florida. Okay. All right. I'll keep checking on the chat as we allow people to continue to come on in. Let's see. We do have a few announcements before we kind of jump into our lunch and learn session facilitated by the wonderful Ms. Kimberly Williams up in Duval. The first announcement coming from the Professional Development Committee is our next webinar. We are proud to host the 2020 School Counselor of the Year for the state of Florida, Ms. Grace Wilhelm, on February 23rd, and she'll be speaking about RAMP. If you are interested in that accreditation and that process, please feel free to join us on February 23rd at 7:30. She is going to give some remarkable information on pursuing that process. And it's just an awesome opportunity to hear from one of our colleagues around the state who's been recognized for her work as well, so that we can learn and grow from each other. The other announcement we have is we have a webinar in March, and the title is there in a nutshell, is looking at computer science and how can we as school counselors use the art and the content of computer science to engage, educate, and enrich our students at this level. So as a part of our commitment to providing development opportunities that are impactful and moving us forward, we're looking forward to do that with everybody. So Ms. Kim, I'm going to advance the slide and turn it over.
Okay, if everyone would, we would start by doing our temperature checks by asking the question, how are you doing? Would anyone like to volunteer to go first? Okay. No volunteers? Okay, I'll go first. Things are going pretty good here in Duval County. Everyone is dealing with the pandemic. Of course, there are issues as it relates to everything that is going on pertaining to the pandemic. We're all experiencing different things at our respective schools. So at the different levels. So we're just doing the best we can to make sure that things are going as smoothly as they possibly can. Does anyone else want to do a temperature check? How's everybody else doing in their respective counties?
I'll give one, Miss Kimberly. I'm doing okay, and I think I'm doing okay because even though we are in the midst of dealing with the emotions and the things that come with the pandemic, there are some things that are going on with my students that I'm really excited for, some new opportunities. So if I tend to look at those and try to keep those at the forefront of my mind, they help me stay in an upbeat form. If I'm being quite honest with you, the reason why my tone is muted is because I'm currently in my media center with two of my scholars who are in a mentor program. That's one of the new ventures we've taken this year. So they're having some virtual mentorship sessions. And so it's just really great to think about the novelty of events that can come in the wake of our current health situation.
Hi, this is Kim Scott from Leon County Schools. Can you hear me? Yes, okay. Thank you.
Yes, I can. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I do not have a camera on this particular device, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to say things are, very similar. We feel very similar here in Leon County as you do, and in your counties. That as of right now, there's a little sense of stability and kind of getting through I think that's going to change when we start looking at scheduling for next year, which is right around the corner. And what does that mean? And just going to, you know, cause some stress on families and probably educators as well. But right now, I think we're like you, getting through all the things that we need to maintain health and safety. But I did love that you just shared about those new ventures that you're doing online, remotely, that things that you're taking advantage of and learning new things while we are in this difficult situation. So thank you for sharing that and making us all focus on that, because it is important that we do that.
Thank you for sharing that information. Would anyone else like to share how they're doing in their respective counties?
Hey, Miss Kim, this is Genie Maddox. I just wanted to share that I have a new appreciation for teachers who are trying to do the hybrid. We've already started registering students for next year, and it is exhausting just trying to be sure that students hear you and understand what you're doing, because they have their cameras off, they have their microphones off, and I just really I had no idea how difficult it is. You're just talking to a blank screen and nobody's responding, and so I know it's very difficult for teachers, but I just want to celebrate the ones that are doing both, because I can't imagine doing that all day long every day.
Thank you, Jeannie, for sharing that information. I know you all are doing some exciting things in your programs. Um, can we just kind of move a little forward and we all share some exciting things that you guys are doing in your programs? I like the fact that Renix has started the mentoring program in Hillsborough County and with their scholars program. And I think that's a good thing for our students of today, wherein they are able to connect with someone and share what they're actually their needs are. Do we have any celebrations right now? Would anyone like to share what can you celebrate?
Hi, this is Joanne. I would like to share a celebration that we did as we were looking and connecting with our students. We realized that there were I'm a K through 8 school, so I'm connected mostly with a lot of the elementary kids, and so we did the honor roll, but more than just the honor roll, we had teachers tell us students that are behaving well online, students that are getting their work completed online, because we were having so many difficulties with students not doing and not being engaged. So we went ahead and did a special ceremony for most improved students, and we felt that that was important, because honor roll students that are doing great, that's fine, but a lot of our students are having a really hard time in the beginning when we first went online, and so we wanted to honor them as well. So we had supplies that we had, the kids that were at home, their parents came and picked up some supplies that we had here for them. And then, because we have kids at school as well as at home. So we tried to make it as inclusive as possible. You're on mute, Kim, if you were talking.
I am so sorry. I try to mute my end while the participant is speaking. Does anyone else have any celebration that they would like to share with the group?
I'd like to ask a question to prompt the group to consider something. Because I've been really following, well, I tweet, I'm on Twitter, everyone, and if people don't know me, they think I tweet all day long. But in looking at Twitter, there's been a lot of postings about self-care and, maintaining, your sense of self and that adage that, you can't pour from an empty cup. So is anyone doing anything to celebrate themselves? How are we as counselors celebrating ourselves? There was an article that was posted and it was looking at, who helps the helper. So my question to the group is, any celebrations of you?
I just like relaxing at home. My home is my comfort zone. So just taking the time to just relax works well for me.
In the chat, Jackie is saying she has scheduled a trip to hike up. I cannot say that word, Jackie. Can you tell where is that located? Is it the? I'm gonna give it a shot. Is it the Chia? Okay, in the Delta, Alabama, highest peak in the state. So Jackie is going hiking on a hiking trip. Thank you for sharing, Jackie.
Does anyone else have anything special that they do to celebrate themselves?
I want to share something. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm from Miami-Dade County, and I want to say that I'm not doing anything special for me, but I have to say that during Student Services Week, my students were very grateful that they have someone that they can come for support. And they did a lot of kind notes and they did a lot of things to thank me for that week, and so did the staff. So I think it's important that sometimes we don't do it for ourselves, but people appreciate what we're doing for them, because at this time mental health is a big issue with our students and our community in general. Everybody's going through a lot with the pandemic, so I think that just receiving that from the students and the staff in general and the parents has been like a great thing for me especially.
Thank you for sharing.
Hey, Miss Kim, I just wanted to celebrate the fact that we just completed National School Counseling Week a couple of weeks ago. And we really didn't go all out at our school, but we made sure that our faculty knew who we were and what we did. We had a sign up in the mailroom where teachers sign in that talk about what's the difference in a school counselor and a guidance counselor. We had the signs that ASCA had that we printed up and put around the school. We had some signs that we got from ASCA a few years ago that said the title matters, hashtag the title matters. Had a lot of people correcting themselves, saying school counselor instead of guidance counselor. We did cute little candy things in the mailboxes, and we did a trivia contest with our teachers. I have a new counseling partner this year, so we did 10 facts about each of us. 5 were true and 5 were false, and we gave away little prizes to the people who got the most answers right. So just really trying to make our faculty, although they are very good about knowing who we are and what we do, just promoting the profession and helping people to understand that school counselors are important to our students and to our schools, and what it is exactly that we do.
Thank you, Ms. Jeannie.
I would like to piggyback off that because I think that the concept of it was very important to promote advocacy. And it gave a lot of opportunities for us to have conversations with teachers, with some parents even that came up and see things posted to talk about really the value of the job that we do. So thumbs up on that one as well.
Thank you, Renix. Does anybody else have anything else they would like to share? Okay, Renix, if you don't mind, can you move to the next slide? Okay. Random Acts of Kindness Week is coming up. Well, actually, day is tomorrow. Does anyone else, not anyone else, but if you have planned any activities for your school, do you mind sharing what those activities are? I see Renix has posted a link of where we can go to do some activities to demonstrate random acts of kindness.
This is Jackie from Miami-Dade County again. We are dressing in red or pink tomorrow as a celebration of a Random Act of Kindness week. And in addition to that, I did a presentation to the students in reference to like what acts of kindness are, and that's also a value for Values Matter of the month. I posted an assignment for the students to help me build like a wall or a poster with different words of kind words, and we did that. So tomorrow I'm going to, last week also we did the United Way campaign for students, and a lot of students participated. So tomorrow I'm going to pass out certificates to all the classrooms. Number one, because they were super kind to me during Student Services Week. Two, because community was a big deal last week, and United Way helped so many people that they contributed. So I'm passing out the certificates per teacher. Like every teacher is gonna get a certificate for their participation and for being kind. This is what we're doing, and it's for the entire class, because in a way or the other, they all either participated in United Way, they did things for me, they wrote kind notes to their teachers last week on Friday, and we're dressing up just to celebrate.
Those are some great ideas and activities, Ms. Jackie. Thank you for sharing that information. Is anyone else doing anything special for Random Acts of Kindness Day on tomorrow? Well, I don't have anything planned, but I will come up with something for tomorrow
I have an
to
idea.
show my act of kindness,
I
because
have
there is kindness shown from other staff members here in the building. So I'll come up with something to be able to demonstrate my act of kindness on tomorrow.
I have an idea that I'm working on, Miss Kim, that hopefully I can get it streamlined before tomorrow. But I'm not taking credit for it. I did see it on a website, and it's like it's basically a kindness bag. So taking just some gift bags or little like brown lunch bags and putting in just things that you know a person either likes or enjoys and just surprising them with that. So at the beginning of the year as a staff, we fill out like a questionnaire, and our principal uses that throughout the year for like birthdays and celebrations and things like that. And then you, as a staff member, forget that you filled that form out, and then you'll get like a gift bag on your birthday, and you got like all your favorite stuff in there. So I want to take that idea and kind of make it fit for our teachers, and just trying to figure out how to make that work before tomorrow gets here. But that's an idea I'm trying to make happen.
Yeah. Something like a Secret Santa kind of thing, but I
Yes.
like it.
Ms. Kim, we are doing kindness notes. We decorated some shoe boxes and we have made some little notes and put them in the cafeteria and talked to students about writing either a note of thanks or a note of compliment, note of appreciation to someone at school. It can be a friend, it can be a teacher, it can be a staff member. So just a way for students to express that kindness. And we're going to leave them in the cafeteria all week. And so we'll deliver those to the various individuals. Of course, we will check them first to be sure they're appropriate and pass those out at the end of the week.
Okay, I like that idea. The kindness note. Renix, I like the kindness gift bag as well. So I may take those ideas, Renix and Mrs. Genie. Would anyone else like to share or something they can come up with for tomorrow to demonstrate their act of kindness? No one has anything to share? Okay. Renix, if you don't mind, can you fast forward to the next slide, please? Okay. Now we have come to our counselor sharing part. As indicated earlier, I know that you all are doing some exciting things within your school counseling programs with your students. I know that your students are very, very appreciative of the activities and the lessons that you do with them. If you all don't mind, for our participants, if you would mind sharing what you are doing with your respective programs, so that we all can learn from what you're doing and maybe implement some of the activities with your permission within our own programs. Any volunteers for who wants to go first?
I'll elaborate on the program. Sorry, I ran to get a book, so my apologies. I'll elaborate on the mentorship program that's happening literally right over there. So basically, we have a 13-week session with dedicated volunteers slash mentors, and they meet individually with one student each week. We have 4 students. We did 2 from 2nd grade and 2 from 3rd grade to meet the parameters of the program. And what they do is it's mentor slash tutor. So for their 30-minute period, they take about 10 minutes to build a relationship, do some SEL things, which is really big at our school, work with them about like, growing them as people, and then spend the remaining 20 minutes going through some academic enrichment. So as I eavesdrop over there, right now, one student is doing some reading comprehension. So they have like a quick story and 5 questions, and the mentor through Zoom has a copy as well, and she's going through the reading with the student, having the student read to her to build fluency, and then checking the comprehension with some questions that go with the story. The other student is fully focusing on fluency, so he has a book, and the mentor on Zoom has a book, and he's reading to her, and He doesn't know that she's timing him, but she's timing him. My role is to get the information back to the teachers and have the teachers get information back to the volunteer mentors so they know what to work on each week. Um, this is week 3 of it. And I can say from the counseling lens, every time the students leave the sessions, they have smiles, they're very happy, they talk about it, they look forward to it. So um, really proud to be a part of this initiative this year.
That's very good. Um, well, I'll share. As part of my individual professional development plan, I have taken on one student who has been dealing with some situations over the years. From what I was informed when I came in last year, um, she enjoys coming to meet with me every morning. She has been faithful in coming to meet with me, even if I'm running a little late, but she enjoys the sessions. When we did the contract, there's a behavior contract set up for her, and she was part of that behavior contract, wherein she provided at least one of the behaviors that she could work on to make sure that she met the criteria in order to be able to receive one of these incentives at the end of the week. So she's been very good about that. I do provide the praise to her. I do consult with the classroom teachers to find out how she's doing as it relates to her peers as well as her classwork. And she's been doing an excellent job. So I'm grateful for that and that she enjoys coming to meet with me in the mornings before she gets her day started, and that she can go through her day making good choices and being and looking forward to the next day. Does anyone else have anything else that they're doing? Some exciting things within their programs? No one has anything? I know you guys are doing some exciting things. If someone is speaking, we can't hear you. Okay. Renix, can you move to the next slide? We're not getting the one. I'm sorry, someone speaking.
Oh, well, I wanted to ask a question. I don't want to cut anybody off, but I did want to ask a question. So my question is, at the last Lunch and Learn, there was extensive conversation about student leadership. I believe there was some talk about like curriculum things that were going on and how can you make your program and student leaders, come to life for your program. And so I'm just curious. I know we have some first time visitors here, and also just some recurring faces. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, has anyone taken the leap into student leadership, and any ways we're engaging our student leaders, either in a hybrid form or in a face-to-face form? So what I'll share is I happen to be the sponsor of the Junior Beta Club, and we are a student leadership organization. Our motto is "Let us lead by serving others." And what we do, there's curriculum available if you're interested in looking at that to help grow and help kind of have sessions with your students, but it really is evolving service learning. And so one of the things that I'm trying to do with them, and any help or suggestions are very welcome, is for Beta Week, which is the first week in March. I'm trying to figure out the best way to have my face-to-face students engage in some service to our school, because I definitely want them to stay engaged and stay and feel like they're a part of this school community, especially in wake of the current health, situation everyone's facing. I want to have them feel connected still, and also feel empowered they can help somebody else do something. So thinking about the best way to do that for fourth and fifth graders is my current project. But if anyone else is doing anything with their student leaders to get that voice out and get them around campus, we'd love to hear it.
Does anyone have anything special that they're doing regarding mentorship, student leaders within their programs? Okay, Rennick, you can move to the next slide. Okay. The next slide is our needs, concern, or your needs, concerns, and some problem solving. How can this group help you? Meaning, how can FISCA's Professional Development Committee help you with your school counseling programs? What are your needs? What are some concerns that you have? And problem solve to make sure that your needs and concerns are met. Would anybody like to share?
I have one. I have a problem that I'd like to just get feedback on. So as we all know, we're in that season of assessment, getting ready to get everyone going with some testing. And the issue that my teachers and myself are running in is the concept of time as it relates to doing our morning meetings and things of that nature to really continue to embed a sense of community within the classroom. I don't want to, you know, support the idea that we're going to let that go to the wayside, because that's important in developing our learners and having them feel confident for the test. So are there any creative suggestions on how to best utilize time for like a quick 10-15 minute morning meeting session?
Do the students eat breakfast in the classroom? Or are they eating in the cafeteria prior to transitioning to the classroom?
We do eat in the classroom, Kim.
Okay. As a suggestion,
Mhm.
why not while the students are eating breakfast? If the time is an issue with the testing or during the testing portion, do your 10 to 15 minute morning meeting while the students are eating breakfast.
I love
And
that.
that way, you know, you've already had your meeting for the day, so that once testing starts, you know, you don't have to worry about having missed your morning meeting if that's something you're used to doing.
I love that. Thank you.
And then, you know, if there's time at the end of the day, once testing is over, and before the students leave, you know, um, signing agendas or whatever, having a quick discussion as it relates to that, you know.
I like that. Thank you.
Would anyone else, or does anyone else have any needs or concerns, or have any questions about how you can problem solve some situations that may be happening in your schools?
Is anyone encountering any issues or difficulties with 504s and things of that nature, especially around testing time? That's a question from one of my colleagues in my area. They're really having not a difficult time, but they're having like a from what they've expressed to me, they feel like they're having to explain the 504 process. And because a lot of families just want them to have a 504. Is anyone encountering that in their work or in their areas? Kim, I don't see anything in the chat. You want to go to the next slide?
Mm-mm. Yes, go ahead and go to the next slide, please. Okay, we have a question. Are you interested in a lunch and learn in March, the week of the 15th? If you are, share in the chat.
So we wanted to give a little background. So this will be the part that when Kim introduced this session, we're looking at the remaining months in the school year and what can we do as a committee to best meet the needs of every one of you. So we were looking at, spring break is happening for some of us in the month of March. Testing is happening for some of us in the month of March. We love offering the times to come together to connect and collaborate, and just to maybe pick some ideas up, see friendly new faces, and also engage in this collaborative work. But we definitely want to make sure that we're meeting your needs. So as we have in the chat, if you're interested, we're going to collect that at the end of the session, and that'll help us as a committee plan the rest of our calendar. We have, again, the webinars that we mentioned at the beginning of the session coming up. We have a few more planned for you as well throughout the the rest of the academic year. But we want to see if this extension of our work is when we want to continue to plan, because there may be new questions that come up in March, April, or May. So we definitely want to get your feedback.
Jackie says another week is fine.
Okay.
Jackie, are you saying not the week of the 15th, but maybe another week after the 15th? Okay. So she's okay with doing another week, just not the week of the 15th because she's on spring break.
Okay. Hillsborough is on
Okay.
spring break as well.
Okay. Well, Duval will be back off of spring break.
Okay.
We go the week before.
Okay. And again, it's extremely helpful when we meet as a committee to have that feedback, because again, it makes us consider the opportunities and the events that we want to release to everybody. So thank you in advance for all of that. Okay.
Does anyone? Okay.
Thanks, Megan.
22nd. Thanks, Megan. Does anyone have spring break the first week of March? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, so if everyone enjoys the sessions where they're learning from these sessions, Renix as our PD chairperson, can we discuss at our next meeting, PD meeting, possibly having the lunch and learn the first week of March?
Absolutely.
I know
Absolutely.
we have other things going on
Mhm.
that week, but maybe possibly the first week of March to accommodate everybody, since everybody's spring break is either the second, third, or fourth week.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
Of
think that
March.
that'll be a really great addition to our agenda, because it'll set us up, to see each other, well, to see each other again virtually, and then have an opportunity just to communicate and connect and collaborate. Because, like I said, several things can happen. New questions can arise. New things that you're doing that you want to share. Kindness Week would have happened, and we can talk about some of those things that we implemented and really have some celebrations. Then just also an opportunity to glean from each of us as colleagues in this field. So that I have a special note to everyone. We're going to bring that up and see if we can get that going, because our other events are in the evening, so we should be okay. I'm noting it in my phone, so that's how I know it's going to happen. It is going into the iPhone, so it will take place. Okay.
Virtual Career Day. Virtual Career Day. The participant that just put up the question about any ideas for a virtual career day, maybe reaching out to your professional colleagues in other professions, maybe like maybe your dentist, physician, any attorneys you may know. I mean, just anybody you know in any profession, to see if they would have just a few minutes of the day just to share what their profession is like with your students.
Did you all do like something from to the Great American Teach-In? Do you all have that? Are you familiar with that regarding okay? In Hillsborough County, it was in November. We did the Great American Teach-In, and this year was all virtual because, of course, of the health situation. And so what we did was created just like a Zoom. Like, in fact, each grade level had their own Zoom. So for K5 had their own Zoom, and then the speakers would have their assigned time, and I just sent that Zoom to the grade levels, and they would be able just to like project it on their screen, and then the speaker would zoom in and then do their 30-minute session and then zoom on out. We were given some parameters to help with that, but honestly, like Kim was saying, if you reach into your repertoire of folks that you know that are interested in coming and speaking to kids, one of the benefits of it being virtual was we were able to reach beyond our borders for the first time, because we had speakers in California, we had speakers up in the mountains, we had speakers, in huge cities. And so they were able to also showcase that life to our students, but also tapping into your teachers, especially if they have, friends or colleagues or relatives even that have an interesting, unique job. I saw a chicken rescue for the first time in my 37 years of being alive. And it was really interesting to see that process from behind the scenes type thing. And it was so convenient and easy because it was just simply the speaker getting the zooming in. They didn't have to leave where they were. The classes were in their room, socially distanced, all that kind of stuff. So that was a really great idea. So I also underscore what Kimberly said. If you have the time or the ability to create that Zoom link and just share that with people and schedule those times, it'll be amazing. Okay. Kim, I don't see any other questions in the chat.
No.
Do you?
Okay. So, no, I haven't seen any more in the chat.
All right. Well, we're at this. Oh, one might come in. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Angela. Kim, I have an announcement, but before you want me to go now, we'll wait till you do some wrap ups, Kim.
Let's do the wrap up and then you can do the announcement.
Appreciate it.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
You go ahead. You got it.
Okay. Our next meeting is scheduled for, I guess we'll say March. The first it's TBA, to be announced.
Yeah, we're tentatively.
As it stands right now.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
Tentatively, the first week of March, or to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I want to personally say thank you to you all who was able to join us for today's session. Someone just put in the chat that you guys are a tough crowd. Yes, you are a tough crowd. Not much participation, but I do want to thank those that were able to share. Sometimes when it's your first time, you don't know how things go, but you were able to join to see how things actually I guess progress or happen within the Lunch and Learns, and how we collaborate and share our experiences and our respective programs. Are there any needs that we need to address? At this point, there were some suggestions provided as it relates to how to manage time or get time in with this time of year being the testing assessment time of year, and how to continue to do the morning meetings and your daily routines around those testing sessions, and suggestions were provided. Any questions? Of course, did anybody have any questions? And at this point, there were some questions that were asked as it relates to virtual career days. And again, just discussions regarding the Professional Development Committee and what we can do to accommodate everybody for our next Lunch and Learn. We are on Twitter at MyFisca, and of course on Facebook. Rennet, any
So
additional announcements?
yes, Ms. Kim, I definitely want to underscore the gratitude from Kim, from Jeannie, from Dr. Schumacher, and our extended committee of professional school counselors in the state of Florida. We definitely do love these opportunities to come together to collaborate and connect. I saw the comment about being a tough crowd, but I'm going to obsessively spin it into something positive and just say thank you for the time, because hopefully there was something that was gleaned that you can take and try. And hopefully it's something that you'll be able to make improvements in your program so that you're able to see the impact in your students. We never like to close our sessions without talking about Florida School Council Association membership. So if you are not a member, please consider joining our website and taking a look at how to become a member and joining this wonderful group of counselors. Share with your school, ask in the chat, share the lunch and learn with your school counselors and friends, invite them next time. But consider becoming a member of our organization. There's power in voice. There's ways to become involved. We are from the PD committee, but there's so many ways to get active and engage in our profession. Our advocacy committee do wonderful things to give our profession voice and to give the credence that we need. The membership committee works hard to retain and recruit members, and there's so many things that you can do to become involved. I hope I'm not putting anything out of the bag, but we have an annual convention. And if I checked my bulletin correctly, I believe it will be in Tampa. So you all can come on over to Hillsborough County and say a couple of things. But please consider membership and just becoming active in your profession. We're the wonderful group of people. Everyone I have met through the Florida School Counselor Association have truly become professional colleagues and friends. So with that, we again thank you, Kim. I thank you personally for taking this leadership role and facilitating this conversation with us today. I appreciate you, and I thank you for your time. And I thank everyone for coming in to our session today. We appreciate you.
I piggyback off of Rennie. I want to thank everybody for their participation today. Thank you, Rennie, for helping me co-facilitate
Yes.
today's session. Thank you, Jeannie, for joining us as well. And again, I look forward to meeting with everyone within our future sessions.
And I did not let out the bag. The 2021 convention is at the Hilton Tampa Hotel, October 28th through the 30th, 2021. Come on over to the 813 area code and see how we do a couple of things. With that, it is 12:58. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Renix.